Welcome back to RuneScape, everyone. This is a bit of a weird episode because I'm just going to be messing around in Dominion Tower while I talk about stuff. And unfortunately, we're starting off with a Chronozon, which sucks. But that's just how things work, I guess. I really hate fighting Chronozon. Oh gosh, we're gonna kill him. Yeah, we killed him. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, come on, hit him with Earth Blast. But anyway, yes. So, yesterday was the Dimension of the Damned finale. And, I don't know if I could call it a finale, really. It was not much of anything except an utter failure. It was quite ridiculous. I'm very disappointed with everything going on there. But we'll just kind of go over. First of all, I'm actually, considering the situation, very happy with how my video on it turned out. I actually think it did a pretty good job of kind of showing off all the issues. It's kind of funny. It was almost like I was following around the stream, but I wasn't. For most of the situation, I couldn't see what the stream was doing. But yeah, it was like, first off, the delay, which was dumb because, like, surely you would actually test if you could log in on the server before the time, but apparently not. Don't know what that was about. Yeah, that was already really disappointing. I already thought maybe they should just not do it at that point because, I mean, some people can't make it, then it's not really fair, is it? If you delay it 45 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, we get out there. Well, first of all, even before we get out there, there's multiple issues that have already come up, which are bad enough that they should have canceled the entire thing before it even started. Specifically, first of all, there were people outside of the wall, and they actually told us about the miasma, which is kind of funny. I thought that that was just like a thing to prevent them from going anywhere, but no, the miasma was just there. But, yeah, there were people outside the wall, which would have been bad if the miasma hadn't been there, which I guess luckily it was, so they couldn't do much. But inside the wall, I mean, first of all, people could woodcut and stuff during the start, so if you logged in early, you could, like, technically have a whole bunch of stuff ready. You could be making arrow shafts and stuff, which is a bit unfair that you can get an advantage. But also, they had the mystery boxes, which I didn't think would be in there, honestly. I had just gone in assuming that we wouldn't have RNG get yourself rune at the start, considering one of the big things they changed was not having rune easy to get. But no, we had that, and I guess I should have taken advantage of that. But I kind of was thinking it wouldn't be a thing. I'm not going to go for that one. But, yeah, so we had that, and then, on top of all that, we have it so that anyone can log in and play. And I think it ended up being something like 10% of the people in the high scores were people who had not qualified, some of which had not even, tried qualifying. And then others that had, but whatever. There was 499 people in the high scores. Ooh, look at that. Oh, wow. Very nice. Yeah, there was 499 people in the high scores, but we saw like 640 in the actual thing, and there's reports of people who did better than me even, and didn't get in the high scores. I ranked 100 in the high scores, even though when I died, it said my final high score rank is 46, which is obviously nonsense, because there was way more than that people alive. So that's annoying. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. So yeah, people who did not qualify could log in. And, yeah, that's just a bit of an issue, isn't it? And that should have been enough to say, you know what, we can't do this now. Let's not do it. The integrity of the whole thing is gone, but no. They went on with it anyway. And, what that did, not only was it let people in who didn't belong there, which, sure, you could say they didn't have a huge effect. They'd still have an effect, but also people logged in with alts and basically traded their corks. They'd buy mystery boxes, get a rune item, trade it to their main. And, like, what the heck, guys? That's not okay. I don't know if Jagex has done anything about this situation. They've not commented on it yet, besides a small thing at the end of the stream saying, yeah, we know there was something wrong with the miasma. It's like, that's not even... It's not even the thing in this situation anymore. The miasma just made it boring. There were much worse things going on than the fact that you told us there would be no miasma, and then there was miasma right outside the gate, and a ton of people died. That's the other thing. 27%, I think I read, of people in the high scores died without scoring a single point. They were at the 10 that you started at for whatever reason. Which is a lot of people. I mean, we all qualified. We were the top 1,000 players of this here thing. Oh, right, I need to get dark light. Gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, we were the top 1,000. We knew what we were doing, and 27% of us died because the miasma was invisible for a lot of players. I mean, even me in my video, you can see invisible miasma multiple times, or people getting hit where they're like 3 or 4 squares away from the miasma. It's a very common thing in my video. It's very ridiculous that miasma didn't work right, considering they delayed it multiple weeks to make miasma work right. And clearly it had not been tested, because some things I could say, yeah, they probably broke. Like, the miasma being there probably broke when they launched it and not before. But it not working right, that definitely would have been a thing that happened before. Also, what else? They couldn't see the miasma on their own stream. It took them over almost 20 minutes to even be like, why are these players taking damage? Because, of course, the cameramen just stuck around Falador. They didn't bother to tell the people running the stream what was going on. Somebody behind the scenes was like, no, just let them pretend. Let them keep commentating as if everything's normal. And so they looked like real idiots, being like, I wonder who's at the rune ore. Or, no one's at this mine. Why is everyone sitting around? It was really just like, do you really think you're going to get a positive result out of this, whoever decided to keep them in the dark? Or were they really that clueless? Is it possible that even the camera people didn't realize exactly what was going on? I don't think so. After 20 minutes, it should have definitely been clear. Especially if they were reading chat, because people were dying and going in chat and being like, blah, 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 about everything. Ridiculous. But, let me see. What else? I gotta load up some things here. So we can see, I think it was like 52 people out of the 499 were not qualified to be in the thing, which is insane. Is there anything special to kill this guy? I can't remember. I don't think there is. It's a lot of people. 430 of the 499 had membership. I don't know if that means anything. They said they're probably going to give the pet to everyone, though, so that's something, but it's not going to be so special when 1,000 people have it. Let me see. There was something else I wanted to see, but I kind of lost it, unfortunately. Yeah, there was the miasma, there was the corks, there was the fact that they didn't tell us some things. Like, I don't even know if they mentioned you couldn't get back in Falador. They might have. I don't know. But I'd kind of assumed that the shops wouldn't be right at Falador, because, like, what's the point in even not letting us back in Falador? Like, the whole point was that standing around would get you cold, so why not let people just stand around if they want to? Anyway, they had the shops outside. And apparently what was happening, if I'd been watching the stream, I would have known, is that for the first 20 minutes, no zombies would spawn near Falador because it was the safe zone, which was a bit of a problem considering everyone was stuck in the safe zone. That's what was going on there. That's why at 20 minutes it suddenly got crazy. But, unfortunately, I hadn't been looking for the shops, and even though I was standing right next to them quite a few times, I had not, like, mentally noticed them until it was too late and I was doomed, because there was boss zombies spawning there, and I just couldn't buy anything because the interface sucked. So that was the other thing, is all those little annoyances from the qualifiers became much more annoying whenever your victory is on the line. It's very, very obnoxious. Let me see. Here we go. I can go ahead and load up. You give me a second while I fight this really easy boss. I want to find a list I had of the problems. I've not had any confirmation I had the most weeds, but I would assume so. That was my claim to fame, even if nobody cares about it. Okay, oh yes, the miasma itself. Even if it had been working right, it was damaging way too much. There's no reason for it to kill you within seconds. There was just no reason. It's a bad design, really. Like, you can't tank it. Yes, there's a difference between not being able to tank it and it killing you within seconds. Now, I don't know if it's, like, does more damage the later in the game and therefore it was just at max damage, but regardless, that was ridiculous. There's no reason for it to hurt that much. If it had been hurting less, we might have been able to run out there and actually do something like grab an Elder Log. I mean, we couldn't do anything. You couldn't get bowstrings or anything. You couldn't get the drops that happened. There was nothing you could do, really. I don't know why they didn't cancel it. There is no reason that they actually should have ran this event. It would have been a much more positive outcome. I mean, it would have been negative, but it wouldn't have been quite as negative as it is. I don't know that they could have done much worse than what they did by allowing that competition to actually happen in its state. There's no reason for it. And now the ironic thing is, since they actually did it, now they actually have to pay out the rewards, which is money out of their pocket. You know, they got to give out free memberships. They got to fly some people out to Jagex HQ. Like, it's not nothing. And they did it to themselves for negative press. It makes no sense. And yeah, once again, like, the boss zombie spawning mechanic was just horrible. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Having that in the finale, where we were all trapped in one place, was stupid. It led to my downfall, because I didn't feel safe doing anything. Because at any point in time, you could have half your health taken away by a couple zombies spawning on top of you. Is quite bad. Not very happy with that. Let me see, what else? I mean, like, they made the drops worse from the zombies, so I struggled. I got mithril armor, and I got some adamant gauntlets, I think, and that was about it, which was a bit annoying. But whatever. Let's see, what else? I mean, that's the main things. I think there was some more things that I wanted to talk about, but that's the main things. They're really bad at communicating too. Like, there was probably people who weren't watching the stream or anything who are just so confused about what's going on whenever there's a delay. Like, there's no way to know what's going on. It's crazy. Alright, sorry I had to cough. Yeah, it was just a major disappointment. Don't know why they did it. Just... it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's a joke. I'm not paying any attention to the old school RuneScape competitions, but I've heard they've had their own set of problems. Although I don't know if any of them were run quite as badly as this. This is quite bad. Let's see, what else? Trying to think now, but I can't really think of anything else. I think I pretty much described all the issues. It's like, the main thing is just the fact that they didn't tell the people streaming what was going on. Either that, or they like demanded that they pretend like everything's normal, which I don't even see how you could sit there and be like, why is everyone just standing around if you knew what was wrong? Yeah, that's the thing that bugs me the most, is the fact that they just decide to, like, bury their heads in the sand and pretend that everything was alright. It's not smart, and it seems like Jagex does that a lot, don't they? They like to just, not answer for a while. Well, you know, I've been using freaking Air Blast this whole time. Whatever, I'm a noob. It's fine. Did I even hit him with Air Blast this time? Yeah, I did. Okay. There we go, I think... yeah, we did it. Alright, oh gosh, I hate the Dawn fight. It is the worst fight in all this. I'm glad it usually stops giving me her fight once we've got all the handicaps on. Alright, what do we got? No prayers, that's okay, I've not even been using them. It gets to the point where when doing this, I don't even bother to do the things that get taken away. Yes, your voice acting is a bit obnoxious. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Dimension of the Damned finale. It was a joke. It was the least professional thing I think I've ever participated in. And if Jagex thought that they would get a quality stream by ignoring the problems, and that somehow delaying this to make it better somehow would prove that they could do it, they failed. They would have been better off doing it with the original mechanics than with the miasma. It would have been boring, but that's because there really wasn't much to do in Dimension of the Damned. It was survival at its core, which is just boredom, repetition. Of just kill a zombie, and then kill another zombie, and it'll drop more. The end. So, like, if they were hoping to make it better, miasma was not the solution. I don't... When I think about it, I don't even know what the purpose of the miasma really was. Because there... I mean, outside of the boss zombie spawning, like, there's not a huge effect of forcing everyone together. It's not like PUBG, where when you force everyone together, they kill each other. This is like almost a solo competition in a lot of ways. So forcing everyone into the same area, like, sure, I guess it made the camera work a little easier. But whatever. Camera's work wasn't very impressive either. Just being an invisible player, following people around, teleporting to people and stuff. It's not the most impressive technology I've ever seen. It just had a more advanced free cam, but I guess they didn't bother to program that. And yeah, I had something I was gonna say, and I don't remember what it was now. It was related to the cameras or something, but I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they say, like what they do and don't mention in terms of the problems, because there was so many problems. I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I'm a little how low my health is, even though I have this. But I don't mind. But overall, still, I mean, it was still technically a positive experience for me because it got me views, I guess. And, I mean, it really showed Jagex that they're kind of being idiots. Like, there is no excuse for acting in that way. There's no reason for things to have gone down the way they did. Very disappointed. I wish I could think of what else I had wanted to talk about, because I'm sure there was stuff. I mean, the other thing was just the lack of knowledge. Oh gosh, I got slippery fingers. Dang it, I forgot to fill my inventory. Yeah, the lack of knowledge, like not telling us things, changing things. Like, I mean, for one thing, is just they gave misinformation. If you had been watching the stream, which luckily I hadn't, like they had told us there won't be miasma anywhere when you start. You don't have to worry about it for 10 minutes. So that explains why like 100 people ran into the miasma and died, because they had been watching and heard that there wouldn't be miasma. And they never showed us what miasma would look like. So we had no reason to think that that red glowy stuff was miasma. I myself ran into it while saying, oh, is this miasma? Not expecting it to hurt as much as it did, or even be there. So I wasn't that worried until it happened. I don't know. It makes me wonder what they're going to do. Will they scrap the whole thing? Will they try to do it better in the future? Will they just give up on the entire idea of competitions? I doubt it, because, I mean, that's kind of the future. That's how you get popularity, is by having good competitions. And RuneScape, like, people who don't really play RuneScape aren't going to be interested in watching RuneScape content unless it's like a competition, maybe. Then you might get some people who want to watch it. So it's one of those things where it's very good advertising if you do it right. Thing is that they did not do it right. Okay, this is really annoying. Oh, I'm not on this. That's why. Hey, you can kind of see how I do my Dominion Tower crap. Although normally I'd be paying a lot more attention. Oh, come on, Chronozon, I usually don't get him at this point. It's really annoying. I've not really figured out how it works. I kind of suspect either there's certain ones you don't get after a certain point, but I don't know what floor that would be, or alternatively, there's a set that you get, and it sticks with that set after a certain floor. But I've not paid enough close attention. Okay, I thought I switched to Water Blast. But, oh, I forgot to fill my inventory again. Well, anyway, this wasn't really the point of this episode for me to actually be doing this. I just wanted to have something to do in the background, and I've been meaning to do this. Alright, we won. Yeah, that's all I'll do of this for now. I'll probably keep on going on my own, but That's all you need to see. And spend 20 minutes of me just talking about Dimension of the Damned, which is ridiculous. Let me see. Let me see. But yeah, to sum it up, the competition should not have happened. It should have been canceled immediately when people started logging in who weren't qualified. It should have been canceled immediately when the miasma where it wasn't supposed to be. I don't know what I'm saying. There were other issues too, like the qualifying time on the website was wrong, and a lot of people, I guess, missed qualifying because of that. I had noticed that myself, but the in-game qualifying time was right, for me at least. I don't know if it was wrong for other people, but I had noticed the website had the time wrong, and it was a bit confusing. But, yeah, that's fun. Like, there's just, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do there. Why they did what they did. It leaves me speechless that it was so terrible. And the funny thing is, apparently they said that they would learn from fog mechanics in OSRS, because I guess they've done similar type things to miasma in their own stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. But, yeah, Jagex just feels very out of touch, especially when they're doing the streams and everyone in chat's yelling at them about all the problems, and they just keep talking. It's really obnoxious. Like, the chat is kind of funny to look at in the stream. I didn't read much of it, but it's just... I was actually surprised. I was kind of wondering when it was going on if chat would even realize what was going on, but no, because people died and came and talked. And, yeah. So the one thing that gets me is that, like, I assume they must have thought the camera people were being dumb. Oh, whatever, let's go in. They must have assumed that they were just being dumb or had some reason for not showing them anywhere other than Falador, but, like, you would think it would have eventually dawned on them that maybe something was going on there, and that that the top 1,000 players weren't all just goofing off in a cabbage field for no reason. Like, they just don't know what they're doing. It was no good. Anyway, that is all I'm going to say on this matter for now. If I remember what else I was going to say, I don't think it was anything particularly important or amazing, but yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I had anything else important to say. And, yeah, next episode is a quest. I don't think the Evil Dave quest is coming out this coming week, but I mean, it must be coming out on the 27th then, right? I do know that combat skilling pets are coming out tomorrow, which is, I guess, interesting. We don't have skilling pets yet, even though I have got some XP and fletching. Obviously not that much. They're going to be releasing the mechanics for how it works. The other thing is, they're doing those winter weekends things again, and one of them is will double the pyramid plunder drops for rare stuff. So I'm probably going to go ahead and go for Black Ibis when that happens. I don't know what week that is. I think it's still a ways away. But yeah, that's just a random thing I just remembered, and it's because they released the drop rates for the Black Ibis outfit, and I think it's somewhere around like 1 out of 2,000 with no modifiers for getting one out of an urn, which is kind of crazy because I know that across this account and my main, I have done thousands upon thousands of urns with no piece. So my luck is terrible, and that was with like the Ring of Wealth, and recently I even have the Thieving outfit on my main account, which like doubles the chances or something, I think. I don't even know. It's a pretty big increase. Now maybe, I don't think that doubles. I think it's the Scepter of the Gods that doubles it, and I don't have that yet. That is a bit more common. I don't remember the exact number, but it's like way more common. I think maybe on the weekend it'll be like higher than a 1% chance per opening that final sarcophagus of getting one, so I'll probably go for that as well. I think I need to get 91 thieving, so I'll probably work on thieving a bit. Luckily, I have been tossing bonus XP into it to get a little bit closer, though it's still a ways away. But anyway, that's all I really have to talk about, so I'll see you guys next time with an actual piece of content instead of me just goofing off. And hopefully by then Jax will have said some things and said the right things and not just make lame excuses as to what happens, like, oh, we didn't know there was glitches. We didn't know that chat was full of people yelling about glitches, or that we could visibly see people outside the walls before it started, or blah blah blah. Because there's no way they could have not realized 20 minutes in, no zombies. Like, that was the other thing, is they kept looking at the score, and they must have been wondering, like, why is nobody gaining score? Well, that was one of the other things. Oh, man. Yeah, my score. I was consistently below the bottom 5 on their stupid stream thing, so that thing was broken too. I don't even know if anyone else realized that, but it was definitely a thing. That was utterly broken. And yeah, they had the start session thing on there. Some people are suspecting that might be why some people aren't in the high scores, because they started a session. It's just, I mean, they had, when you were making something, it said -1 out of 1, and it's stuck around. There's just so many glitches. Like, the more I think about it, the more glitches I can remember. But I guess you can see all of them for yourself in my own video, the ones I encountered at least. Which, it's just, yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I said, that's enough. That's enough. Let's stop dwelling upon this disaster of a weekend and move on to hopefully good content like a quest, which hopefully won't be a failure. Let's hope. But anyway, yeah, that's everything. See you guys next time.